I was making and developing something else at Paramount, and Adam Goodman had asked me if I was interested in the remake, and Bill Monahan, who had written The Departed, was also writing this other script for us at Paramount, and I'm a huge fan of his work, so I read the script, went back and watched the original, and just fell in love with the idea of playing a part like this. It's not something that I've done in the past, so. The way he's dealing with his past, his background, and trying to strip all those things away, and really doesn't care whether he lives or not until he meets Amy. And then he has this reason to try to get out of the situation that he's in, but it's obviously extremely difficult at that stage of the game because he's in so deep with so many different people. But he finally finds a purpose and something to motivate him to want to get out of it and have a fresh start in life. He's not really a gambler. He just happens to be using gambling as a device to strip himself of all this other material stuff in his life, and really playing a game with these guys. He owes money to 3 very dangerous groups of people, and they know they're not going to get their money if they kill him. And part of them would welcome the idea of them killing him because he doesn't have a purpose for living. But it's one of those things where he just keeps piling up the debt and doesn't care. And the only way you're going to get your money back is by giving me more money. And they just think, where's this guy get these balls to continue to ask us for more money and dig a deeper hole? But that's the way he's going to do it. And they all find him pretty, like his students, find him pretty fascinating, with just the way he doesn't care. He's not scared of anything. He's certainly not a physical guy, so it's not like he thinks, okay, well, I could handle these guys physically. He's just like, well, it is what it is. Do what you got to do. If not, just give me more money. The first thing that I wanted to do was spend as much time with literary professors as I possibly could. So we set up a reading of the screenplay back in August of 2013 with the head of the English department at University of Michigan, and he read the script out loud for us. And I started working on it back in August. We didn't start shooting until January, but I would literally read the script out loud twice a day, every day, for what would be now 7 months. And then, of course, going to lectures, sitting in on different classrooms. Of course, just changing my diet completely. Went on a liquid diet for a couple months and jumping a lot of rope and doing whatever I could to get as thin as possible. Playing a professor in college, it was a bit of a stretch, but something that I was excited about. I'm never one who really shies away from a challenge. I usually kind of jump at the opportunity to do something different and unexpected. But I'm also the kind of guy who's going to make sure that I'm prepared, and really cover all the bases. And I don't want to look foolish, and I certainly don't want to disappoint. Well, he's an artist and he's a gentleman, and he had a very appealing take on the movie, and I think brought so much more, to a very rich screenplay. And I just can't wait to see. Normally, because I'm a producer on the film, I'd be watching a lot more dailies and really kind of pushing a little bit more on what I want creatively. But I just have so much faith in his vision for the movie that it's nice to kind of just do my job when needed and mostly just focus on my performance. I remember sitting in a lot of lectures and thinking, my God, I can understand why they're all shopping on the internet and looking up different things, and very few people are taking notes and not as interested, and it's not as exciting and intriguing as we wanted to make it. I wanted Jim to be very colorful, and obviously he doesn't mince his words, and the kind of guy who's just gonna say what's on his mind and tell these kids the truth, because he's finally in demand of his own truth, and so he's going to expect that from everybody else and kind of impose his will, at least when it comes to him having those kids in the room for 90 minutes or whatever it is, that he's going to do that with them. I remember going through the casting process, and we got in the room with pretty much every young actress in town, and they were all really talented, but Brie came in and she just I don't know, it was just a different level of understanding the material and pushing me in ways that and challenging me in ways that others hadn't. But very, very special talent, and it's an amazing relationship that Jim doesn't see coming, and I think it's a nice balance, and certainly a right thing to kind of inspire him to want to get out of the situation so he can get a fresh start. They have a very difficult relationship. Obviously, she can't understand why he doesn't embrace this privileged life. Certainly, the way that she does anything she's doing anything she can to protect and maintain it, and Jim wants nothing to do with it at all. And she doesn't even realize that basically he's doing all these things because of that and wants to strip himself of all those things. So she's willing to end a relationship with him, just like she has in the past with many other people, to maintain that lifestyle. And it's just unfortunate, but she is such an amazing actress, Jessica, and really kind of method, but without going too far. But so that we kind of played that dynamic off camera a little bit, but certainly after, it was nice to get a big hug from her, and she's such a big fan of her work. Together, it's going to be a very special movie. You will have those elements of the original and movies like it from that time period, where you had amazing character-driven pieces with really interesting stories that you need to pay attention to what's going on. But also, I think there's a humor and an excitement and an intensity in the movie that I think will take it to another level.